Hello dear students, today we are going to begin lesson number 18, the incident at the fountain, page number 47. Before we start reading this text, okay, let us go through the characters which are involved in this play. First, Mr. Evremonde, the master. Second one, servants. Gaspard and Defarge are the names of two villagers. Actually, when we read this text, we would definitely come to know that there are some people who does not consider other human beings to be creation of God. They don't just consider them to be a human being at all. We see when we read about Mr. Evremonde and his servants. Actually, when they came to know that one of the child is dead, they paid no attention. They were neither feeling any kind of guilt. They had no guilt feeling in them. Instead, they just went on throwing one after another gold coin. So that doesn't show that they are sorry for their actions. So let us read such a story today and understand what it is. Mr. Evremonde got into his carriage. His driver drove away at great speed through the narrow streets. So in the beginning only we see both of them got into the carriage and started driving the carriage at a great speed. Though the street was very narrow, it was very, restricted, and then the area was just limited. Still, they drove fast. Neither master nor his servants bothered about the danger to the lives of the people who lived in these dingy surroundings. They were just least bothered. They were not at all bothered about the people who were just living around the areas. With a wild rattle and clatter, the carriage dashed through the streets and swept around the corners. So here we see, with a wild rattle and clatter, the carriage dashed through the streets and swept around the corners. So it went around the corners. Even in the corner, it did not wait. It just went on. Women screamed. And just because of these, the women, especially the women, were just screaming, they were shouting, just because they were afraid, and clutched their children out of its way. And clutched, that means, they caught hold of their children, lest they will go or come in front of the carriage. At last, at a street corner, one of its wheels came to a frightening little child. And at the end, what happened? The carriage, one of its wheel came to a frightening little child. That means, one of the wheel of the carriage was little, it was shaken. There was a loud cry from a number of voices, and the horses reared and then plunged. And just because of that, there was a loud cry heard of the number of people, and the horses reared. That means, this horse, when he heard the cry or a noise of this many people, he jumped. What has gone wrong? Said Evremonde. And then after that, Evremonde also come to understood. He came into realization that something has gone wrong. A tall man had caught off a bundle from among the feet of the horses and had laid it down to the basement of the fountain. He was down in the mud and wet, howling over it like a wild animal. Pardon me, mister, said a man, it's a child. And then here we see this man, this tall man was just requesting or asking, pardon me, minister, said the man, it's a child. That means, a child is just wait, So the child is under the, where, under the wheel of the carriage. Meanwhile, the tall man came running to the carriage, killed. He shrieked, "My child is dead." And when he came and saw that his child is already dead, Evremonde looked coldly at the crowd and had gathered as if they were rats coming out of their holes. He took out his purse. So you see, actually, he's just trying to compensate. He's just trying to show, okay, what to say, that he is not at all sorry. He's just trying to pay off. He's just giving the money, isn't it? The moment he saw that people were coming out of their house, he just took out a purse and started throwing a gold coin to them. Why can't you, why can you not take care of your children? He said. They are always in the way. God knows what injuries my horses have suffered. Give him that. So here we see this particular man, as I've already told you in the beginning, that he is least bothered. He is not at all bothered about the human being, the person who is already dead. He is worried about his horses. Then he threw a gold coin into the crowd. The tall man called out again with an unearthly cry, "Dead." So this time, this tall man whose child is dead, he cried out unearthly. That means, angrily or unnaturally, especially in a disturbed way. So when we get angry, when we become upset, we cry aloud. So this is what he also did. He was helped by the arrival of another man. On seeing him, the poor creature fell upon his shoulder, sobbing. So this poor creature, that means this tall man was just crying at the loss of his own son. The brave Gaspard, said the man, "It is better for the little thing to die so than live." And he is trying to console him, saying that, it is better for the younger one to die, isn't it? It has died a moment without pain. And this, your son has died without any pain. You didn't have to bear any kind of suffering in his life. Could it have lived happily? None of us know whether this child would have lived happily ever after. So even if the child were alive, then what is the guarantee? What is there that this child would live happily ever after? There was no such guarantee. So better he is dead. This is how he is trying to console him. "You are a philosopher," said Evremonde, smiling. "What do they call you?" "Defarge," Minister, he said. And then another man, another villager named Defarge, was just trying to console him. "Pick up that, philosopher," said Evremonde, throwing another gold coin. Spend it as you will." So he picked up Evremonde and then threw another gold coin into the crowd. Without bothering to look at the people a second time, he leaned back in his seat and was just being driven away with the air of a gentleman who had accidentally broken some common thing, when his ease was disturbed by a corn flying into his carriage. So this is the story which I have already told you in the beginning, that there are some people who are not at all worried about the other human beings. So similar example we have seen about Mr. Evremonde. After killing, after the death of that man's son, he didn't feel any kind of sorry for that. He didn't even express his guilt feeling. So this is the story. I'll just give you all the questions that are there. And please go through. If you have any kind of difficulties in answering or understanding the text, you may ask me. Thank you.